So I had a thought as I was condensing these garbage bags about a good metaphor for what God does with you. And I was thinking it takes when you start to go to God instead of your own ego, it takes all the hot air out of you and it just condenses you down to your truest form. Because when you think about God, uh, most people think they're being deprived of something as they go to him, but it's the opposite. He's going to give you your best self and make you express your best talents. And it's just like getting all the air out of you that you don't need, because so many people are full of hot air. And God's the flame, the light in your life. And you condense it down to the essentials rather than just having this wasted space that is your ego. And that's what your ego is. It's just hot air and a waste of space in your soul and life. And it's amazing. I quit smoking marijuana 3.5 weeks ago. And God, no, it's almost 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks and 2 days. Time's been flying. I hardly even know which day it is as I'm on this journey. This healing journey, getting away from dysfunctional stuff. And I've never been writing more stuff. It's like I had this thought yesterday. I wrote in my notes. It's like when you go to God, like the more you follow that narrow path and the more you align with him, it's like going up on a mountain. You're getting closer to God because he's in the heavens. The higher you climb on a mountain, the fresher the water is and the more pure it is. And so the more you follow that narrow path, the less sinning you do, the less toxic thoughts you have, the more you really align with God. And it's like drinking the purest, freshest water, metaphorically speaking. And he just starts to just pour into your cup of knowledge. And like Chuck Perry says from Bethel Church, one of the greatest sermons I ever heard, it was around mid-June. Everyone should look at that. It starts at like the 2-minute mark. You can just probably type in Bethel Church Chuck Perry. But he's talking about how, when you align with God, you become like a plumb line from heaven, just like Jesus when he was baptized. He was, when God descended down like a dove and said, "This is my son." It's like we'll never get anywhere close to that, but we can get somewhat close to it. I mean, the closer we get to that, the more aligned we are with God. And I was just reading that Wayne Dyer book, Being in Balance, and he was saying sometimes you need realignment. And I was thinking that yesterday. I always need that every day because I get anger issues about people, disrespecting you or being rude. And, it's like Daniel Amen says, and it's a legitimate gripe because like Daniel Amen says, it's your duty in a civilized society to put on a brave face or be polite to people. And that's really sorely lacking nowadays. People just walking around like they're smelling poop all the time. A bunch of Eeyores from Winnie the Pooh. And it's like, spread good stuff, It's so selfish to spread that crap. Last thing, I was condensing the stuff down. I got this amazing deal at this North Face outlet in Lincoln City, Oregon. God, I always thought I'm going to move to northern Idaho because I love the rain. It's like a rainforest climate, and I love the mountains. But man, I could see going to Oregon too now. I just got amazing deals. I got 3 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of socks, and a pair of Smart Wool socks. $227 or something, because it was 50% off, so it would have been over $500. And like I told the lady, I was like, I'll have shoes for the next 3 years now, because it's not like food where they go bad. You just put them away and then use them. And hey, I just had an idea off that. It's like when you go to God. It's like, except you don't have to store anything. Like when he provided manna every day when they were out in the wilderness. You don't have to like save something or worry about not having enough, because the stuff he's been providing, I've never had such amazing writing like I have in the last almost 4 weeks now. It's just been pouring out of that divine cup. And free refills and sugar free, you know. And all you got to do is be in alignment with God and, you know, pray and ask Him. And I just keep seeing signs all the time that when you align with God. And here comes the bird singing again. I swear to God, every time, I don't want to swear to God, but every time I have some moments like this, the birds start going crazy. Let's test it out. God, will you start just make the birds go alive here? Well, it didn't happen this time. Well, there it is. But that's like that quote is God always answers your prayers, but it's not always on your timeline, you know. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes it's no, and sometimes, like the Billy Graham saying, a no is going to lead to a greater yes because God knows what's good for you. And in our simple understanding, we don't know it. We don't know what. We're just stumbling around. Amen. God is so good.